Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nazreen, after a long break, we are back with another show of Overseas Pakistani. It's been a gap of 4 weeks. In these 4 weeks, things gone too far. And we saw Pakistan is passing through a lot of things. Government, new government, and opposition, and very important, significant events happen. Some journalists lost their life, which were the mainstream journalists, and the opposition leader who was the ex Prime Minister Imran Khan. He was attempted an assassination on a rally which he was carried towards the capital city of Pakistan. So a lot of things happen. We see that financially, economically, politically, in terms of monetary policy, in terms of fiscal policy, things couldn't come up as it should be for the great country of Pakistan, where the people are really talented and very dynamic, performing very good in the rest of the world. But when we overseas Pakistanis look to our Pakistan, it seems that there is something really wrong going on in terms of its fundamentals. Since our childhood till we get matured, we saw different kind of things. We saw corruption. We saw we can't trust the restaurants where we go and eat. We can't trust the medicine that we buy from pharmacy. We can't trust the fruits and vegetable. We always think that they made from a clean water. And there are so many things which the people of Pakistan deserve: a clean water, free government schools, a national health system, and more and more the international respect. The nation whose individual has won the Oscars and the Nobel Prizes and the prestigious awards from rest of the world in their personal capacity. When it comes to a nation can do collectively better. If we compare ourselves with other countries in terms of GDP, in terms of corruption index, in terms of justice index, gender equality, we see ourselves in terms of good governance, everything is on its lowest. We want to feel a change and we want to see things moving in the right direction. So today we will go to our guest who is joining us live from Melbourne, and we will see that what is the panoramic outlook of the last 4 weeks in terms of political, economical, socio-economical circumstances. Please welcome Imran Ashraf, live from Australia.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you so much, and thank you once again for the kind introduction. And it's really good to see all the viewers back after a 4 week gap. Now, coming to your question regarding the panoramic view of Pakistan's state of economy, and especially what we have seen in the past, that there is an existing rift or tensions between different blocks of power in Pakistan. Now, that has led to a very devastating position in Pakistan in terms of economic outlook, in terms of political outlook, in terms of the country's stability, and in terms of the existing law and order situation in Pakistan. We have seen on the 3rd of November that the attack will happen on the former Prime Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, and that was an assassination attempt on him. Uh, that has actually weakened the existing law and order situation of Pakistan, and also globally it has significantly reduced the confidence of investment in Pakistan. Now, Musa, as you have already been aware, and all of the overseas Pakistanis around the world already aware that what had happened in Pakistan in the last 6 to 7 months. There is significant changes happens in Pakistan, and unfortunately, on the world stage, we haven't seen any positive effect through these changes. So the question or the common understanding is this: whether these changes are leading the country towards the positive outlook, or whether all these changes which we have seen or witnessed in the last 6 7 months is leading the country toward the negative outlook in terms of political stability, in terms of economic stability, in terms of all other measures. As already the world is facing a lot of challenges, rising inflation, increased pressure on the cost of living, and different regions of the world are struggling with all these sort of things. Pakistan has an additional problem of political instability, and existing law and order situation in Pakistan has actually weakened this situation more significantly. I'm definitely going to say that it's not only the attack on the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, but it's also the attack on the journalist, free media, and those people who raise their voice openly and freely and try to criticize any government policy or the policy of those powerhouses in Pakistan. They have they have been facing significant challenges. So, in this sort of situation, um, uh, if you look toward the economic indicators, um, the confidence of the world investment, people from the around the world, their confidence for the foreign direct investment or for the investment in Pakistan has decreased significantly. And even though, if you look toward the existing reports of the State Bank of Pakistan, the uh, local investors in Pakistan uh, are not even willing to invest into the new projects or expansion projects or for the which is very important for the growth of any developing economy. They are just prohibiting at this stage in time because they are not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. And this all is because of the political instability in Pakistan. There is a government in Pakistan who hasn't got the favorite mandate or the majority mandate from the people of Pakistan, and it's a combination of different political parties, which are not quite successive in terms of making any suggestive economic decision for Pakistan. What I have seen in the past months, uh, many statements, many things, and a lot of discussion has been done on the political stage of Pakistan about grabbing power or being coming into the power, or I mean, uh, all these sort of measures, but nothing decisive has been done, or no decisive action has been taken so far. How to revive the economic activity or economic outlook or those challenges which Pakistan is facing at the moment. For example, there is a lot of talks going on that the journal index for the default rate has gone up to 75% and plus. Yes, that is a problem for Pakistan, because if we look toward the economic outlook report of the State Bank of Pakistan for the quarter which is ending in of September 2022. The commitments, the foreign loan debt repayment commitments for Pakistan is still standing on 24 billion US dollar for this current fiscal year, and the current account deficit is still standing at 10 billion US dollar. On the other hand, this year we have faced the one of the most worst flooding event in the history of Pakistan due to the excessive monsoon rains and excessive melting of glaciers in the northern and upper regions of Pakistan. Nothing has been done on grounds, as the report from the Asian Development Bank, for the revival of those areas, those who are significantly impacted by the recent floodings. And we might have, we might see the even in the coming future, or maybe in 2023, when the next crop season will come, Pakistan will have more pressure for the import of wheat, rice, and even meeting its commitment for the export of textile industry because of the lack of availability of the local crops. And Pakistan has to rely on the import of these crops, for which a country who is already facing the dried foreign exchange reserves, that will put an extra pressure and burden on the foreign exchange reserves of Pakistan. Now, in reality, doesn't matter whether it's the government in power, who is a combination of different political parties, but my understanding, they should be doing more toward the economic outlook of the economy of Pakistan, because this is the biggest challenge. This is the most crucial challenge which Pakistan is going to face in the next coming month, and the economic outlook is not giving any indication that it is improving. It is continuously deteriorating at the moment. So this is quite a clear sign of worry for Pakistan, and something needs to be done. And in my suggestion and in my opinion, in order to restore the confidence, in order to restore the confidence of the local entrepreneur, small, medium enterprises, businesses, industry, manufacturer, exporters, and also in order to restore their confidence, the new mandate needs to be achieved in the society of Pakistan by some sort of election or change of power, because the sentiment of the people, the confidence of the people on the current government is not reflecting something which is positive, which is good for the building of positive sentiment in the social and economic outlook of Pakistan. Yes, Musa.
So, thank you very much for giving so much insight. And I feel this is the information that a general public won't hear from an economist in a more authentic way. So, do you think that it's so good in that if we compare this government is in power as a mixture in standalone side from 1989 or 90, sometime this party and sometime the same party. Now they are in the collision parties. So I remember that when we were in school, there was a scheme, Kar Sutaro Mulk Sawaro. And this was also a loan that we were paying for. And if you see the amount of these loans has been spiked around 700%. So the loan today on the shoulders of the nation is quite higher than if you compare it with the 90s. With the same team, with the same people, we always see. So what would you see for the future of the economy, especially keeping in mind the existing players tested and tried? What hopes you have as an economist?
Um, Thank you, Musa. Now, coming toward your question, first of all, the specific thing you have raised in your question about the existing position of loans in Pakistan. And when we used to be in our school days, yes, we have seen the scheme of Karz Utaro or Mulk Suwaro sort of thing. And different government, different political parties now, those who used to be political rivals at that time, they are in alliance. Firstly, the existing or the debt position of Pakistan is more than 50,000 billion PKR. When we compare to that situation, and at that time in the middle of 1990s and early 2000, it was 9,000 billion Pak rupees. So the quantity or the amount of debt has gone more than 500%. So the question or arise from that slogan, "Kar Zataro Mulk Sawaro." I think there is a more financial burden on Pakistan now, and it is evident if we look toward the data and figures from the State Bank website or different economic platforms, World Bank report, and especially the State Asian Development Bank report. Now, coming toward the actual part of your question, like I said, um, unfortunately, whoever in the government or any political party, including the combination of existing government parties or the Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf political party, um, nothing has been done precisely towards the economic policy or long term economic planning in Pakistan. I think if we want to see Pakistan as a prosperous and as a strong nation on the economic front, or at least if we want to see that we are moving toward the right step, we have decided or discovered that this is the zero zero or break even point. Okay, we have come to that situation. These are the problems. We all know that there is a problem in current account deficit. We have a low exports problem. We are importing a lot of goods. We know that. Now, we need to take significant actions in all those areas. In export sector, we need to see how we need to revive the local industry. For example, in the recent past, due to the increased tariff on electricity prices, this has increased the cost of production for a lot of industrial sectors, and many industrial sectors are unable to continue their production activity, and that is going to decrease their production capacity and eventually leads for the less export revenue for Pakistan. And on the other hand, that will generate more economic problem on the economic fronts. For example, rising inflation and rising unemployment, and all these sort of events will occur. So this is just a one example. What has been done to increase the exports? Is there any strong economic policy? Is there any long-term economic policy? Is there any economic plan has been drafted on 5 years or 10-year basis that these are the challenges which is being faced by the local industry, and how we can overcome those challenges by giving some sort of subsidy and all these things. If we look toward the economic progress of our neighboring countries, especially India, and now we can also compare our situation with Bangladesh, which is succeeded from Pakistan. significant steps has been taken in the beginning of their industrialization, rise of industrialization in those countries by giving protective subsidies to the local industry. Because the whole intention was to give subsidies or support to the local industry, so they will not only increase production and increase export as for the countries and for the nations. It will be a source of precious foreign exchange reserve for them, but also they will create more and more employment opportunities for the local people, and that will lead to the economic prosperity. Because when the rise or the elevation of the poor class will happen by having more employment opportunities, by having more opportunities to have a balanced living standard in the society, that will lead to the flourishment of the economy. So this is a one common example when we see what we have done. There is a lack of planning. No strong planning has been done by any government, by any treasury, or by any developmental authority in Pakistan. When we come toward the other problems in Pakistan, yes, we have other problems. We are excessively reliant on imports. Now, there is one thing. Pakistan is excessively the biggest influencer in the import bill of Pakistan is the energy commodities, is the oil, is the gas, and all these things. And if you look toward the past experience, what we have done as a nation, Musa, we I can give you an example of the gas sector. We have we haven't done anything through the proper planning. We have just consumed most of the gas reserves in the last 3 decades, the local gas reserves, natural gas reserves, and from the consumption of these resources, no new investment has been done on those resources to explore more resources domestically and locally. So today the situation is this, that there is a scarcity of natural gas in Pakistan. Pakistan has to depend upon the import of LNG or natural gas for their domestic needs. So that is also an extra burden on the foreign exchange reserves for Pakistan. And if we look historically, the current account deficits and the balance of payment or the trade surplus in Pakistan, we are most of the time since independence, we are always in this situation when there is a pressure on the balance of payments. The trade surplus or trade deficit is always a question mark because we are highly reliant on import. So in saying, as an economy, no decisive action has been done in the past, and I cannot see or witness any decisive action with the existing government or the existing government bodies or the state departments or one institutions. No decisive action has been taken so far for the any economic planning for the betterment of the financial stability of Pakistan. Yes, Musa.
Oh, that's really alarming. And from an economist like you, is to hear this is very painful in a way that we don't see any hope and we don't see anything that is making all the overseas Pakistanis feel that Pakistan is going to be great soon. Because we believe that the way Pakistan is growing, Pakistan is being dealt last 40 years, the continuation of the same mechanism is going on. We have China. In 40 years, China has uh, made the GDP in trillion of dollars. We have India, who has become the fourth largest economy in the world. The Bangladesh, who was separated from Pakistan itself, has their economic indicators are far better than Pakistan. and we don't see any improvement in terms of justice systems. We don't see any improvement in terms of employment. There's no concept of national schools. There's no concept of producing innovation scientists. There's no way we are looking towards a nuclear energy, renewable energy, sustainability, which the great nations are looking at. So, with this, all this scenario, what is your closing thoughts for the day?
Thank you, Musa. I think we need to draft a proper policy planning. Whoever political party in future will come and govern the government of Pakistan, they need to make a um, group of think tanks in Pakistan. And Musa, I'm just giving an example of Australia in 2007 when the Labour government came into power. They have made the think tank group, and they have they were 100 top people in that group from all different segments of the economy. So, what was their role? Just to make a proper policy in their own fields, in their own sectors, which will lead the country for the next 50 years. And this is what I'm going to suggest. Whoever will come into power, they need to take the top professionals from different industries, from different fields, and make a group. And they need to start working from there. That these are going to be the policies which will help the country financially, economically, in law and order. Yes, they need to take the experts of law and order to how to improve the situation of law and order in Pakistan, how to improve the implementation of the law and justice system in Pakistan, how to create more balanced and harmonious society. I mean, similarly, they need to take the top professional from the health sector, how to improve the health sector and availability of health facilities for the local and common Pakistanis. In education, yes, you are right. They need to take the top professionals and make a body and need to make some policies how we can, where we want to see ourselves in the next 5 years, in 10 years, 15 years, and then lead to 50 years. Unless until we don't have any proper drafting, any proper planning, it looks to me we just I mean we just playing shots in the air, and that will not give us any benefit. We will not be able to achieve any significant goal without deciding or without aiming a proper goal. So we need to aim, or we need to target some goals by replicating the different successful model of the developed economies of the world, like Australia, UK, America, Canada. And I'm just saying, we just need to replicate those models. We need to sit together, the top professionals of every industry, and draft those models, and then start following those models. And then we need to find out what resources we need to implement those models, and then we can also gather those resources in all those industries. What we have to what is basically required in order to achieve that significant progress, and where we want to see ourselves in the coming decades, and then we have to start working toward those steps. Thank you.
Very useful suggestion for the day. I want to thank you, Imran, for joining us live from Australia and with your thoughts about our beloved country. So, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading towards the closing of our program. You have heard today that Pakistan financial situation, Pakistan fiscal situation, monetary situation, in terms of corruption, in terms of e-governance, everything is totally messed up. And this has been, we are watching as last 40 years, and things are no good, nowhere things are getting better. And there are a lot of suggestions, of course, which a lot of overseas Pakistanis keep giving to the officials in governments, different governments. but we see that the airports are the same, the government schools are the same bad. We see the government hospitals are the same bad. The citizen life is terribly is messed up in Pakistan. When they go and live in Australia, when they live in England, and they live in US, they feel they are living in heaven in a way that their life, their education, their future, everything is protected, and they feel themselves more productive in these countries, and they want to see Pakistan growing the same way. Pakistan is passing through very difficult times, and I wish we all should pray that Pakistan comes, fight back, and become a strong Pakistan who can be a good neighbor to India, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, people like us because of our made in Pakistan products, highly reliable, capable, innovative. Our human resource, who is already working across the globe, has recognized as an overseas Pakistani that they are the best of best. Same environment we see in Pakistan, where the quality of the labor gets better, quality of ethics, quality of work, we leave corruption. Yeah, we go in number zero in the corruption index, means that being a Muslim country, we should show high level of morals, ethics, and we show that we are the best of best nations. With this hope that Pakistan is going to be great again, we keep praying for Pakistan, and we will meet you in the next program with the next topic. Till then, wherever you are, take care of yourself and take care of others as well who are looking to you. Khuda Hafiz. Salam alaikum.